Hey everyone, let me see if you can hear my voice. Yes, I can. I think, yeah. So, yesterday we were writing the NgRx store for our products UI, right? So, we did we created, we used actually the new API of NgRx, which is create action group. As I said, this is not in Angular 16, it came before that. And then we used reducers, right? Product success, product failure. And then I think by the time we ended the stream, we were supposed to write an effect. And we said we will be trying the new API, which is functional effect. So before NGRX 16, we used to, it's still supported. We already saw an example of class-based effects. So let's go ahead and see that. So if I go to the category, yep, lib and effect. So this is how the class based effects look like. You create actually an injectable class and then you use it. But you can now, with Angular moving towards many functional approaches. We have functional guards, we have uh, yeah, I mean so similar to that, we have functional effects now. So let's go ahead and try this new API. We don't have to create a service, it's just a function. Let's go back to our product effects. And hey, Janil, hi. Thanks for joining. Let's go back to our best friend, the docs, and let's see the effects, right? So there are two ways, as we said. So first one is the class-based effect, which we have written before, and the next one is the functional effect. So we'll be writing a functional effect. So let's do one thing. Let's copy this example, right? Best way is um, a good thing is we will also verify if things works right. So let's import. Okay, what is happening? Okay, create effect. We need inject, which should be from Angular core, and we don't need user service. We have to write a service. Okay, that this brings us to a good point, right? We have to write an service as well. So let's import the things and then we'll create our service. And we will also use the action. So this is create action group. No, not this one, the reducer, right? So this is where we used import product. Let's go back to effects and product action. So what we need is product action dot. So if you remember, we discussed about this, the way create action group creates your functions is camel case. So it should be load product L cap L small P capital. So we can go to this and we can say load product. Okay, this is interesting. I was not getting any intelligence yesterday. Okay, it means there is an intelligence. So if you joined yesterday's stream, I was wrong. And we can use merge map here. I don't think so. We need exhaust map anyways. Let's see. And this is where we will write our code. And meanwhile, we'll see product actions and thought. Because this is broken, so this will never autocomplete. Let's create a service. So to create a service, we'll go to NX generate, create an Angular service, and let's name this service as okay, you guessed it right, product, right? Okay. Uh, why it breaks every time? Hmm. Mhm. There's some error here. I'm not sure if this is related to Error loading web view could not register service worker, invalid state error. Maybe getting this error again and again. Yeah, once it loads, this is the error which I get. So probably, yep, this is the error. So what we can do is, of course, we can write. We can just have our console open here. Let's go back to terminal. Where is that? Open an integrated terminal, and we can say npx mix generate. Let's see what's the schematic. Okay. Service generate service, and we name it as product. It should work, right? Let's delete the other ones. Okay. So by default, it takes Angular. Good. So we have our service now, and what we need is get product by category because we already have a category. So I'll say this is get product uh, by category, and we take hey Rishi, good evening. Daniel, so today we are going to implement the store for product. We will also try out the new Create Effect API from functional Create Effect API from NgRx, and then we will try to create or load the product and then display it on UI. So that's so we can finish that much. And here I'll say okay, this is private, and in case just to share the this is the repository. So in case you want to uh, get the code, you can get it from here. So right now we are on the third branch, which I have not pushed yet. So it's at NgRx because I'm still doing some few things related to NgRx. And once we are past that, probably we'll I mean the next topic should be what should we try. I mean, signals sounds like a very hot topic now, so we'll do signals, right? So HTTP dot get, and what we need is the API. Oh, this is cool. Let's verify the API. I mean, this is if you're wondering how I'm getting all this autocomplete, of course I'm using the GitHub Copilot. So let's go to get in categories, get product in specific category. So it says HTTP fix store API product slash category and then category name. Product slash category and category name. Perfect. So GitHub Copilot was on point, right? It guessed it correctly that this is what I'm trying to do. And what we need is we need list of product. I mean, this will return list of product. So we can also always verify with your API. I have just started working on Angular, learn basics. Nice. So if you're still going through basics, I mean, I'll just recommend you to go through my Angular course, which is on FreeCodeCamp. Let me show that quickly. So you can go to youtube.com, and I have a free course on FreeCodeCamp, which is 17 hours of content, Angular getting started. So yep, this is the first one. This has around 780K views, and you can start from here. And probably once you are done with that, you can go through this playlist, which is basically the new Angular 16, and it also uses NgRx and NX as well. So we have product by category, and then we have to say that what I need is type of product array. Right, so this will be the output, I mean return type. So it says, okay, this is observable of product array. So right now, this is the only function which we need. We don't need anything else. And let's go back to our effect. So it says, okay, you have to inject your service here. So we can, of course, replace this with our product service because we have a service now. And interesting. Most of the things got resolved, and we call it as product service. And here we say product service dot get product by category, and then we have to pass a parameter. So here we'll pass the, if I'm not wrong, this should return me a category name. This type of string, and then this should be category. Let's see what it is talking about. No, nothing. Product service get product and product actions dot product success, and then I can pass here it's products, and I can pass, let's see. So it says props products, so I can just pass it like this. And why product implicitly has any type? Why it has any types? Because this should not be any. Product by category returns product array, and this uh, product array, and then this is closing, and catch error. So it says product actions dot products failure, right? So product failure, and then we pass the error. But what is the problem here? So no word loud matches this call. This is a mess. So functional true. Let's see what we have done here. So of type, we have of type here as well. Load product. Because of this. Okay, we need name for loading the product because we have okay, so we should get this information from our state, right? So we should have this available into our state, so we know the current uh, category. Or hmm, let's think about it, how we can do this. So we can actually load all product and then filter out the product from by specific category from the existing product, and this should also work. So okay, the problem is this. Let's go ahead and change this action. So I'll just say this is empty prop. Mm, is that correct? What, so Janil has a question. What you suggest? How should I do now? Can you suggest some projects? I mean, the best way to do is just create some e-commerce application and try that out, because e-commerce like has all the different kind of scenarios which you can get into, and you will also find a good use case for state management. Hey Lear, hi, thanks for joining. Yeah, so let's go to create action. And let's see the API. So yeah, it should be empty props. I was right. Empty props. Okay, so I missed an S. And let's see if we get something here. Now still complains about it. So I'll just remove this and let's see. Okay, still. Why? Let's try to read the error. So it says argument of type action product service to observable is not assignable to try to effect result. So it says it is returning an observable of unknown. Why so? Why? Let's see. Let's change this to the exhaust map. And probably this might be an issue. Let's go back to the documentation and create effect. So we have everything apart from actually just this one. We are using merge map. I mean, this should not matter, but worth a try. Okay, still complaining about it. So it says load, I'll just say load products. So it says create effect. Type observable is not observable of unknown is not assignable to type effect result. Let's see if brackets are okay. This is okay. This is fine. This is fine. And action. Okay, what I'm missing from here. So product service, we have action, inject actions, actions. It's create effect. Seems like catcher is inside exhaust map. So this exhaust map, I think it should be. I mean, I just copied the. Yeah, we have an example here. So I think this is okay. Category effect. So we have merge map. We use merge map. Then it should have worked as well. Categories dot pipe. Right. So writing the syntax. This is pipe. Yeah, it's okay. Pipe. And then we have map operator here, which returns the product in case of success, and in case of failure it returns the product failure. What's wrong? Mhm. So fact of category action failure, and this is it's okay. Yeah, so this is the same syntax. I mean, I don't see any difference here. So um, action product success, and this was also the same products, and then I'm passing the product tag. Catch error. Okay, let's do one thing. Let's remove this and see. So here it says action is declared, value never used. Okay, let's try to write. Okay. Somehow, actually, my GitHub action wrote the correct code, and I don't know what is the difference. Okay, anyway, so return action dot pipe of type product actions, load product, and in case of catch error, we say product actions. Okay, so as soon as I comment this out, it starts giving me an error. Interesting. And product by category, I'll just pass some streaming right now. So what are the different categories which we have? There's jewelry. Let's try this out. Uh, 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 okay, so here and then pipe. Why it should not work? I mean, it's the same here in effect. So we have our merge map and then pipe, and inside that we have a map operator, and then we have a catch error. And what we are doing here is again we have pipe, then we have merge map. Okay, so map, and now it's complaining again. For what? This is strange. So what does the doc says? So let's go back to create effect, and it says, yeah, I mean, we have map operator here, so I just made a mistake by using the merge map here, but still, right? I mean, what is the issue? Argument of type is not assignable to some different type. Why? Okay, jewelry, get product by category, product service. I mean, I don't think there is any issue with this. Product by category, product array. Let's remove this and see what. And then we have this. Why is this here? Okay, this is strange. I mean, why I had an array syntax here? Only God knows. Okay, so load product, and I think I can access in case we have some. It should be from the state. Yeah, it should be from the state. So it's okay. So we got our issue. We can now comment. Okay, I just have to put comma. Wow, this is insane. Why? Product. I try to figure this out. Instead, merge map, replace with map. Yeah, I mean, yeah. So that was one error. So we had merge map here, and why catcher is not working. Anyways, let's try to at least use this one. I call this load products, and this is perfect, right? So we can just go ahead and use this. So we have our effect, we have our action, we have our reducers, and we need our selectors. So let's borrow the code from our selectors here. I'll just copy, and I think there is a new API for selectors as well. We can actually explore in another stream, but here we just say, okay, this is product reducer, and we need product state, and our product reducer. This remains same. I'll just change the key, and I'll call this as product feature key now. Feature key, use this here, use what can be the case here for starting to use component store here. I mean, I decided to use NgRx store because I want to show an example of global store. There is an I'm planning to use component store as well. In case I need a component with its own state, I don't have to worry about the other state. I would go with component store. Even the advantage of component store is, let's say if you don't have any state management solution in your application and you want to start implementing state management, right? Component store allows you to go from bottom to top. With NGRX, you have to go like full with like full effect, right? I mean, you have to start from top. That was one of the drawback of using NGRX store. That, of course, I can, if I have like NGRX from day one, or if I want to like implement it and give some time, and then have a big branch with state management implemented everywhere, I will go with NGRX store, right? I mean, I can go ahead and do that. But with component store, you get an advantage that you can start from the bottom. You can start from component by component. You can start implementing state management from the bottom to top. And component store also allows you to like have a global store. You just have to like start from the bottom and then move up, and then you realize that, okay, at what level this state should be. So you can keep it at component level, or you can actually go up and then share the state between multiple components. That's possible. So if you have an existing application, and or even I have few of my friends suggest like going with component store from day one. They see the value in that, but the best advantage of NGRX store is, of course, Redux DevTools. I mean, you can actually debug everything into using Redux DevTools, which is not available in component store. That's one of the drawback, but at the end, like, you will prefer a better developer experience for your team, right? So, and then you can club both. So it's also possible that you have NGRX store and then you have component store. You can still go ahead and like select the state from your component store into NGRX store. So that's also possible. So think like what is your use case? I mean, where you are, where is your application right now? And then decide if you want to go with component store or you just want to go with NgRx store. Select category state. I'll just say this is select product state. And we have products. So I'll say this is select products and select error. So of course this is, and we have product feature key and the next parameter is reducer. So I'll check if this is my reducer. Okay, so we have our selectors as well. Now let's go ahead and register them and see if things work still, right? I mean, that's uh, so we can we will be using it for our product component. So we can register it here. If I'm not wrong, we can use product state. Let's see which API we should use. So there are two. Uh, uh, Sorry, I spoke Hindi for some reason. So here, so we have provide store and provide state. So I think we can use provide state API here, and let's import provide state, and here product reduce. No, I think what I need is the feature. So let's go back to our product selector, and we have to rename this to product feature. Save this, and let's pass this product feature here. And let's see, it works. Okay. Imports must be an array of imports because, okay. Why? This is not part, right? So we have providers and then we can register it here. Let's see. So it says it should be an environmental provider is not assignable to type provider. Okay. So this is not possible. Let's see how we should do that. So generally, we have an app config type of application config, and this is where we provide all the states. And okay, so let's try the same way, but app config should be available at the root level. So this is where, hey Kaushal, thanks for joining. How to learn RxJS and NgRx. Janil. So of course, you can read from the blogs. You can see some live streams. So Brandon has been doing. uh, so go to NGRX Talks. I mean, you will find everything. So they have link to the blogs. They have link to the YouTube channel. They have. So of course, you can get everything there. And let's go to here, right? So we have data state store based on grout in configure. Okay. So let's see how they pass it to. Basically, this is feature, right? So this is feature store. So example app, standalone app. Let's see if they have some example of lazy loading app. So this is feature component, and so they have common model here, feature route. Okay, so we can provide it on the route. Okay, so this is an interesting. This is an interesting scenario. So we can go to app route, category name. So this is where we want to load the store. Yep. And then say providers, and we can say provide state and product feature. I don't know how actually I'm not importing everything or exporting everything from here. So let's see index.ts. Okay, let's export to the files. So we have dot slash lib product slash so store, right? So store slash what we need selector, and we also need the so let's see this should now load feature use product, and what we needed is load products. We also need this effect, so we can say provide effects and pass the uh, load products. Why it is saying this? So because of this functional effect, how to register functional effects. This is interesting. So class effect, functional effect, don't see any difference. Argument of functional effect is not assignable of type record functional effects. Says okay, there's no issue now. Let's go to product component.ts. We can remove this. We don't want this providers anymore. What we need is constructor, right? So we need store, store, and store. This should come from NgRx store, and on ng on init implements on init. We want to dispatch the action, which is load product. So here I think we can remove this, and let's import our actions dot slash store. This okay, this is dot slash, and let's access our product actions, and what we have here is product actions dot load product, and we don't expect any parameter as of now because we removed that. So we have load product which will be dispatched, and okay, there is some error. Let's see what is the error. Failed to compile, but I don't see any error here. It says failed to compile, but okay, because probably this. Okay, compiled successfully. So let's go and see our store, right? So we can, this is the one of the advantage I was just talking about, right? You have Redux store to figure out if things work or not. So you can go to Redux and see what are the different actions which has been dispatched. So you can see, okay, init get categories, this is something which we did last time. Load product get categories, and then we can see load product now. So we have load product action which is dispatched. You can see product, and then it says get category success, and then there is product success, and you can see your state. So we have this 4 product which is being loaded for jewelry, because right now we decided to just pass the jewelry as hard coded string, and of course we'll change this. But the main thing is we are able to dispatch an action, get the data from the store, and we are able to see everything into our Redux store as well. So we have this data now. Let's go ahead and bind this data. So what we can do is to get this data we have, we can say, okay, this is products, and we can say this dot select and just pass the selector, right? So we already have selector. Let's import from product selector, and what we need is get products, select products, this selector, and then we can pass it here and it works. Let's see if we have the data, right? So we saw that we have the data, but what we want to verify here is whether we are able to select this data from the store. And let's go back here. We have category name, and then we can say, okay, this is my products. So we have pipe sync, pipe JSON. And this is where my struggle starts because I'm not that much good at designing things. My CSS skills are not that good, but yeah, it's okay. I'll be able to manage because we are using Angular material. So we have our data now. So we have ID, title, and then there is some image link. We have rating as well. We have count, how many products we have. We also have price. So I think this is enough information. So let's start creating some UI for this. And I'll go back to my UI library, which I'm using, which is material. And what we want to use here is just a second. Yeah, what I want to use here is the card component. I think that would be the best one to use here. Let's see an example. So yeah, I mean uh, this is how we want our products to look like, right? So we have product name, image, then description, and then probably we can add to cart button and uh, add to what is the other thing, wish list, right? I mean, or buy now, and then we can add to cart, and we probably can add a price here. So this is everything which I needed. So what I will do is that this is what developers do best, copy code, right? I mean, just kidding. I mean, we all take some reference, so I'm just taking some reference. Let's copy the APIs which we are going to use. So we have mat cart module, mat button module, because this is all the examples of Angular materials is also changed to the standalone. If you want to use the old APIs, I mean, with modules, you can change the version here. So you can go to 15, which was not standalone, and you will find the older examples as well. There are a few more examples. This is, what is this, card with media size? Okay. Oh, this is interesting. They have card with media size. Media area it is. And example, should I use this? Because, but where they are? Okay, mat card SM size, mat card MD size. And this is Excel, and this is large. This is good. Then let's go with this. Uh, okay, so we need mat card module, mat button module. Let's add this to our imports array, right? So we can use this. Let's import. What happened to my auto import? Okay, no problem. Import. I still have my best friend GitHub Copilot working for me. So we added the import, and what else we need? I think this is okay. CSS. Let's copy this. Probably we can end up using this because I think it's being referred into example. So let's copy this example and let's put this as of now to make sure that okay, it works. And there is some error into my imports. Let's go back to, okay, I have an extra closing brackets. Let's see if we have this dog in on our screen now, and let's go back to see. Nice. So we have this UI, and now what we want to do is we want to use ng for to just display the number of products which we have. So let's do that. Uh, what I will start with is, of course, I will use ng container. I mean, I'll So if I'm not sure if everyone is aware, but there is a new control flow syntax which is available. I think this was in the RFC is open. I'm not sure if it's still available. Maybe some beta version. I have to check. But that will be interesting thing to try out on the stream. So I'll probably plan that as well. And let's see. Wow, I'm impressed. So it says, okay, div class, div let products, example card. I mean, I'm just thinking if I should accept this because my this is class row mat card. Let's see what actually GitHub Copilot has written for us. So product name does not exist. Okay, and this is div, and then there is a mat card header, mat card title, subtitle, mat card image, content, like and share. This is pretty good. Let's try this out. I mean, I should give it a try before. So I'll just remove the code which I have written and let's comment this out and see. So products. This should be products by sync. And since product name is not available, should be what is the category name title, and then they don't have probably title. I think we should use title. Let's see how it looks like. I mean, I'm just trying it out. Let's trust the Copilot. I trust Copilot. I mean, because it saves me from writing too much repetitive code, and this looks good. I mean, let's remove this. And probably if someone knows how to do the responsive CSS, just reach me out, or I mean, I'll share the branch. If you can add that CSS, that would be great. You already know the URL. This is the e-commerce app inside courses by Santosh, and I'll push this branch. So if you can write some responsive CSS which can like display 3 rows, uh, we can do that. So this says, I think this image size can be changed. I think I saw that in the doc as well. So they have SM image, medium image. Let's use image tag with matcard MD image. So matcard MD. So I think the if it reduces size. Oh, nice. This is cool. I mean, so it reduced the size. So now we have our products available here. So you can see all the products. Of course, it doesn't work because we have to write the write the real code behind the scenes. And let's change some buttons. Mat button. Let's see. I want to use primary and secondary buttons. Let's go back to material and we want the buttons. So let's see an example. So this is matte raised button, color primary. Or let's say this one is buy now, and this one is add to cart. So we'll just use the accent one, and we say add to cart. And let's see. So we have buy now and add to cart. I mean, we should add some margin here because these buttons are really close together, but yeah, it's okay as of now. So we got our product page based on category. So we are just taking the category from the actually, yeah, what should we do? So here we can actually have the current category into our state because we already have our root state where we have defined that we can use yeah, we can actually save current selected category as well. So we can probably take it from our those APIs, but let's change a little bit. And now, what we want to do is we want to implement the get all products. So something which we will change. So this load products, we will use this to load all products rather than loading product based on category. So we will add one more API call. Let's say get products. Say get products rather than, and let's see. Yeah, I was trusting uh, Copilot to do it for me. So we have fake store API products. Let's add our effect. Let this is load products by category. Let's not touch this, and we can copy and have another one which says load products, and we can pass get products. Let's remove this, and in case of product success, this should do that. I'm still wondering why it fails on catch error. Yeah. Let's see why this is happening. And let's remove this. We don't need the action. And let's pass the products effects as well into our app routes. This is the way it works. Okay, so it says an object literal cannot have multiple properties with same name. Yes, it's true because it's called load products by category. Okay, so this is how you will register multiple effects here. I mean, in class base, we generally pass an array with all the effects which we have. And now let's go back to product.ts, and here we have load product, so it's perfectly fine. Select products, and we should get more product now, basically, because we are not filtering the product based on category, and it still gives us 4. Let's see why. So product success, and we have 19 products, and then we have here 4. This is bad because there is another call and it updates only 4 products. Okay, this is interesting. So we have get category success, get product success 2 times. And why? Products 4. And then this one had like 20 products which we needed. Who is calling this one? Okay, so let's see. We have effects. Okay. You know what? Because we are dispatching the same action. So this is a common mistake which people make, and I do generally because I copy paste a lot of code. So what I did here is I have just copied everything, including the action. So this action is actually handled by both the effects, and it is just overriding the data. So this should be load products by category. So we have to have one more action which says load products by category. So let's add this. So we'll say, okay, load product by category, and save this. And we want to have empty props here as well. I think there are some checks which we can add. I don't think so that will work here. I mean, this is generally uh, which happens when I create action as well, because I just copy and then there are 2 actions with the same name. So get load products by category, this one category, and then I think now we should have 20 products. Great. So we have more products, right? So we have 20 products available now, and we can actually work on this data, I mean, if needed. So we can actually, we know that this is all products, and then we have we can click on the category, and then we can filter. We can say, okay, this is the current category, and then just go ahead and filter out the products based on category. I think it will also help us like to cover more examples, right? So basically I can write more selectors. So let's see. I mean, I'll keep this as it is because I want to figure out how to do this. But let's go with this. So let's make some small changes, and by default we will load all products. So on main, as soon as we click on main, we should get all products, and it should be displayed. And then based on category, we will filter out the products. So let's do here on route. So I'll change this path from category name, and I will add one more path which says, which is default. So by default, I should go to all products. And here I'll say path is this load component. Should I do load component? Mm, okay, let's try this out. Because I mean, this is a default, but and then let's copy this information here. So we have providers data. This was just an example anyways. And hmm, let's name it as product basically. And on the blank, and I'll also redirect to product. And I'll say this is product component. Hmm. And for category, what we will do is product slash category. And we will keep the same component. Does it make sense? Let's try this out. So we'll redirect to product, and then in case of product slash category, we just do this. And let's say we do localhost 4200, or I'm just complicating things probably. So it says path redirect to product, please provide path match. Yeah, we have to provide path match, just full. Let's see. Okay, so we are here. We are by default, we load all the products, and then we click on electronics, and we get an error. Cannot match any routes with category slash electronics because we have changed. So let's go back. So here, product slash category. So we should go ahead and change our main nav and pass product here. And let's add a few more, right? So I'll say this is, let's add few more routes, router link product. And I'll say this is all products. And let's add few more, which we will use later on. So one is router link cart or view cart, and uh, view cart, and then we will have orders, view orders. because we have the API. So if you go to again fixed store, we have I think cart. Yeah, so we have cart APIs, user APIs. So get all. I mean, we can query for all the carts. Add new product, cart, get all. Let's see. Yeah, so we can query this API and we can get the cart information as well. Great, we have enough products, 7 products. And this is orders, view orders. Let's go back to our UI and let's see. So all products, this works, this works. We have this two which we haven't done anything with. And we have all products now. Let's try to use this category to filter out this product. And if you remember, we already wrote a code here, not here. So product component.ts. So we already wrote a code that if we have a category name in our route, it will be available here. So what we can do is we can actually use this information to filter out our products. Let's see how. So I'll say products. So let's see this dot category name. Then let's write another selector here, which will be same select products by category. And if I'm not wrong, you have to do to function product category name. You can just say category or let's see. Let's see how to use or how to write filters. Selectors, create selector. So how to write one with properties. So there should be an example. Let's go down. Okay, we don't have any example here. Create selector, input any. Let's store action groups and architecture selectors. Let's see selector, select user. But in case I want a property, select count. Okay, this is how it looks like. Select count and then equals to, and why it is an error because of the wrong syntax. Yes. So it says I should have an arrow function and then I can have here category as a parameter, which is of type string. So create selector, and then here we have selector say dot products dot filter product, and where product dot category is equals to category. So let's now change. Let's now implement or make this method call or selector. So if I have category name, what I want to do is I want to call this dot. store or select product by category, else this. So category, and here we can pass category, which is this dot category name. Let's see if it works. So what we have done is if category name exists, it will call this selector, or it will call another selector. And let's go back to our UI workspace. So you can see, let's click on electronics. Okay, we still have all the products. Why? Okay, product success. So products. So we have all products available here, and let's click on electronics. Let's add a debugger and see what we are doing wrong. So we can go to webpack, libs, products, and product component.ts. So here, let's click on electronics. Because when we click, I understand what I'm doing wrong here. We cannot use the same component. So I have to use another component here. I should use another, because of course it will not reload the component, right? I mean, in case I click on all product, this is fine, but click on electronics and the URL changes. So, but category name is not available here for some reason. Why? Let's see if we are doing something wrong. So we have category name, app routes, and it's category name still, but we are getting it here, but not here. This is too early to access this information because this is an input. And I think we should choose another component. So we will split this. I mean, for every products based on category, we will use another component and we will load that component. Probably we can have a reusable component in this case, right? So we know like what we are doing. So we'll split this component tomorrow. That's what we will do. So today we were able to actually implement store for our product. We were able to load all products. We were able to display it using the cart component. Only thing which we have to do is make it a little bit responsive. So it's like we should be able to show at least 2 3 products, or based on the width, because this is entire width which is useless right now and vested. So we don't want to do that. We'll continue with the stream tomorrow. So thanks again for joining today, and see you tomorrow. Bye bye.